now, Annalise, this is the mosaic we did for Killasser Church. So maybe you can tell us how you did it and also what it represents and the whole meaning of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the initial design needed to incorporate the logo, the Jubilee logo, first and foremost. So that was the lozenge in the front here. And then following my research about the Jubilee itself and the special doors that open in the Jubilee that pilgrims can move through to represent their faith, um, I thought it would be a good idea to use the shape of the doors that are in Killasser Church itself and represent those doors here. And it represents moving through the Jubilee doors but also welcoming parishioners to Killasser Parish. So I did some designs and scaled them up so that we could have the logo that is visible and you can focus on that within the shape of the doors. And then the Saint Lasser here, I wanted to have her clothing to be very vibrant, so she's a focal point for the mosaic, but also to represent the fire from the legend of Saint Lasser, who escaped from a burning building, and also to represent the fact that Lasser is the Irish for fire. So it all sort of comes together as a design in the process of researching the subject matter. What I did was use backing board, which is like a foam backer board, and I drew out the design on the board, and then used the guide to place the pieces. So sometimes the pieces don't go the way you want, so you adjust the design slightly, and other times, I mean, for example, I made this piece on a separate mesh backing, and I did that separately and then applied it to the backing and then filled it in around the edge. All these pieces are made from glass. They're specifically made as mosaic glass tiles, and they were all cut individually by hand with nippers. So the initial tile is about 4 times the size of these pieces, so I cut each tile into 4. And I source all these tiles from a supplier in the Netherlands, and there's a myriad of colours that you can get, but I wanted to represent all the colours in the logo in the colours of the mosaic itself. So the red for the dress and for the fire, the orange and the yellow in the fire, and the green for the green, beautiful green fields of Killasser, and the blue for the holy sky. So yeah, this is actually made in 3 pieces and joined together at the back, so it looks really messy at the back, but from the front it looks lovely. Mosaics are very, very time consuming to make, because each piece has to be cut, chosen, placed, glued in place, one by one, and then when it's all finished, you then have to grout it. And the cement grout is what you would normally use on a normal bathroom or whatever. So grey, white, black, you can get all different colours. And for this piece, I chose to use a neutral grey for most of it, but for the surround, which was the doors and the stone, I chose to use a brown grout. So there's actually 2 separate types of grout in this mosaic. So yes, it's a time-consuming but interesting process.
Yeah, we see the end result, which is really beautiful, And for me, like when I came up with the idea of doing something with the Jubilee year and putting something at each church or in each church, I was thinking, oh well, we'll be getting somebody from outside or from miles away to do something, but it's very special that the person who actually did it lives here. That's what I said before to you.
Yeah.
For me, that's very special to me. Yeah, it really is. Because you have some idea from living here what Killasser is like.
Yes,
You know what
well, the
Yeah.
thing that we love
Yeah.
so much about Killasser is
Yeah.
the beautiful surroundings, the scenery,
Yeah.
the trees,
Mm.
the grass, the
Mm.
animals.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, absolutely
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a lot of green in the
Mm.
design, because
Mm.
that's what Killasser represents to me.
Yes.
Um,
That's what it is.
it's a beautiful rural parish. There's a
Mm.
tiny little church in there. I don't know if you can
Notice that,
see. So you
yeah.
and the pieces here are stained glass.
Mm-hmm.
So part of this is made with mosaic tiles, and other bits are made with stained glass.
Yeah.
So some of the pieces in the fire are stained glass. Some of the pieces in the robe here are stained glass, and some of the green. This is all stained glass. So you would have found these pieces in a window, but you can buy the stained glass in big pieces and then cut it up to how you want. The reason I like the stained glass is because it's got striations in it. It's got little stripes of different colour. So for things like the bushes and the trees, it represents the variation of greens and colours in the trees. So yeah, part of the whole process of making a mosaic is choosing the materials, because there are so many choices you can make.
Of course.
But that's a big part of the design process, is choosing the materials.
It is.
Yeah.
So, I think one of the things about doing the mosaics is that it makes the story of St. Lasser more alive, because people wouldn't know that much about her, but at least we have a representation of her now.
Yes.
In both mosaics.
And it's wonderful to have a female saint
Of course
for the parish.
of course it is. Absolutely,
Also, this I'll put a little river in here.
I noticed that,
to represent the rivers in the parish.
Yes.
And the holy well. This is a representation of the holy well.
Baptisms would have taken place at those wells because they didn't have churches, so people would have been baptized in the well, and that's why they became holy wells.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that when people look at it, if we can have maybe some sort of explanation somewhere
written up beside it,
a little piece of information beside it,
yeah.
they can familiarise themselves with the story of Saint Lasser and the holy well and the fire, and also
faith.
read about the Jubilee.
Yeah, and the faith that really the Jubilee year is a celebration of the faith of the people of that time. So we're going right back to when she lived, and then coming right up to our time.
Yes.
2026 or whatever, our time, where we are also people of hope as well.
Yes.
Like she was. That's what she was too.
And the reason why I love mosaic as well is from the longevity. So it represents the fact that years and years and years and years of life have happened and will happen, and so the Pilgrims of Hope message is hope for the future.
That's
Hope that we can all survive and thrive, and our descendants can survive and thrive, and we'll still be celebrating the same things.
Yeah, and the world that we're in right now, that message is so important.
Yes.
To
be hopeful.
Yeah, to have hope for the future.
Yeah, and something to concentrate on that isn't depressing. Yeah. And I think you can look at a mosaic and feel hopeful because of its colour and its vibrancy.
Yeah, it's almost like when I look at that fire, it's almost like a living fire. You can almost see the flames dancing the way it's done. It's just the way the light works on it,
It's there isn't much sparkliness in this environment because I don't have a light shining on it. But if there is a light shining on it, you will see lots and lots of sparkly colours.
Yeah, we're planning to have a light. What we're planning to do is that there will be a light shining on it so that people who come to visit the church when the lights are not on in it, as they approach it, the lights will come on automatically.
Oh, great.
And when they move away, it'll go off. but then they will see it in its full beauty. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
which they
that's a
probably-
great idea.
Yeah.
Especially the fire,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, yeah.
I've made it with some
I noticed
iridescent
that.
type
I noticed
colours.
that,
So
yeah.
when the light's on it, it does flicker like
It
fire.
does. It does. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so delighted now that I mentioned that at that meeting. You know, because I didn't know what people would think of what I was trying to do, but it has worked out so well. Thank God. You know.
I'm really thrilled to
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
given the opportunity, because
Yeah.
it was a wonderful thing to research,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I'm pleased that it's come out the way it has.
And as I say, anybody who has seen the pictures, and some people have come here to see it as well, you have nothing but praise, which I'm happy about that as well. You know, that everybody's pleased with
I'm
it.
happy that people are
Yeah.
pleased with it. There's
Yeah.
nothing worse than
Yeah,
doing something and everyone's a little bit
yeah, they're not that.
not sure about
Yeah,
that.
no, you really want people to like it.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it
sure. I hope
hopefully
we will.
will do something for us as people have faith in that too. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah, please
It would be
God.
nice if people can look at it as a positive thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yeah. Good.
So thanks very much, Annalise, and we have
Thank you.
we have talked about both of them now, and thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
right.
to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.